Hey everyone, my name is Jaden, and I will be your election organizer for Stimulus Children's Theater's 2021-2022 General Board elections. First of all, thank you so much for watching this video and considering our 6 amazing candidates. So the speeches are going to last a total of 13 and a half minutes, thereabouts, and there's going to be a password interlaced inside of this video. It's 5 letters long, and it's going to be between each video, and the letters are in chronological order. So if you could please just watch the whole video and listen to all of our candidates, it'd be much appreciated. And the form in order to vote will be attached at the end of this video. So please stay tuned for that. And of course, thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Hi, my name is Diana, and I guess I will start with a little bit about my STEM background. So I've been a part of STEM board for the past 3 years. This past year, I served as STEM's vice chair, and prior to that, I was the social media manager / alumni liaison. And my very first show with STEM was The Brave Little Tailor, and I believe I've been involved in every single STEM production since then. So what drew me to STEM in the first place was definitely the service aspect of it. I think that it is so incredible that I get to share my passion for theater with all the children and put smiles on their faces. And I'm also really proud of all the work that STEM has done this past year. Despite the circumstances, we were still able to put out creative content for our community partners through our fall production, through our spring production, and also through Storytime with STEM. So regardless of whether or not we are able to have in-person productions next year, I know that STEM will continue to put out all these creative content. So this is definitely something that I want to dedicate my time to and be a part of. So finally, what makes me feel like a kid at heart is every time I get to go back and watch my favorite Disney movies. I think that it's also really cool that with STEM we get to put on Disney productions such as Freaky Friday. So yeah, I really enjoyed being a part of STEM all these years and being alongside such an amazing group of people. So I would love to continue to be a part of STEM board.
Hi everyone, my name is Carson. I'm a sophomore and I'm rerunning to be on STEM board again. So this past year I was the treasurer of STEM board and I participated a lot in STEM productions and overall tacky productions. So for STEM, I was a co-producer for Detention, a high school mystery, and I recently performed in STEM's Nostalgia Night. Both are still available on YouTube, so go and watch them if you haven't already. Regarding tacky, I acted in Tuck Everlasting, The Courtroom, and a one act, along with being a hair and makeup designer for one acts and Pipeline. So overall, I think that I continue to bring a unique perspective to tacky because I am both an actor and a performer. I'm a performer and I do tech. And I've done this both in a virtual setting and in a real life setting back in my freshman year. I've also produced in a virtual setting, and even though I know it's not the same, I do think I learned a lot about producing and about just virtual settings in general. So regardless of what we do in the fall, I think I have invaluable knowledge that I can bring and teach new producers and help run the show myself. What I love so much about STEM is, of course, its niche, the fact that it's children's theater. And what I love so much about children's theater is that it never fails to bring a smile to my face. And it puts me back in my childhood. Even though I'm in college, I remember watching Disney movies as a kid and, still watching them now. But, even performing in Freaky Friday, which is a movie I loved and still love, and performing in A Year with Frog and Toad, which was one of my favorite books as a child. It really brings out the kid in me doing funny dances and being funny characters, and it's always such a great experience. Also, of course, STEM's community shows. Even in this virtual environment, I love how STEM was able to still connect with children in this environment. I was happy to participate in both seasons of Storytime with STEM and read live to children over Zoom. and it just brings such great smiles to their faces, which once again brings a smile to my face. So overall, I truly enjoy being on STEM, being in the tacky community, and I think with all that I learned this year and my freshman year, I can continue to add to STEM board and make STEM and Penn's theater community better than ever. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Erin, and I am currently the Tech Director for Stimulus Children's Theater Board of 2020 to 2021, and I'm choosing to rerun for STEM because, simply put, STEM means the world to me. This past year alone, in spite of COVID and in not even being in Philly, I was in charge of or directed both of STEM shows, Detention, High School Mystery, and Nostalgia Night. Working with STEM has been one of the best experiences I've had at Penn thus far, and I would love to continue doing so. STEM represents and gives me the opportunity to exercise two of my greatest passions, working in theater and working with children. It is the perfect harmony, and I would love to be given the chance to be elected another year and hopefully work with everyone else to improve STEM in whatever ways possible. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Morgan. I am running for STEM board because Stimulus Children's Theater has been my home since the beginning of Penn. From semester one, STEM was a constant. I could always rely on rehearsals and the promise of a compelling performance by a group of talented performers and crew. However, it was not the promise of an amazing show that drew me back to STEM for a second production. I kept coming back because there was the opportunity to put on a show for the greater Philadelphia community. As someone who has done a lot of community service, right now I'm actually a volunteer at the Red Cross. This kept me coming back to STEM and is ultimately why I am running for board again. Besides that, it's just been so amazing to be a part of board. I've loved every minute that I've spent on board, especially because of the people that I have gotten to spend an hour of my Sundays with. Next year, some of my commitments will include being a member of Bloomer's cast, being SMAC chair next year, and possibly continuing as an editor on a new magazine called Quake. Truly, all I can promise as a board member is that I will put in the time and work and do anything for STEM. Obviously, STEM is one of my priorities, and I will make it such. I want to give back, I am organized, and I am open to filling up any position on board. I know that we run for those later, but just saying now. I just want to be on board. So just some ideas. I would love STEM to become a community after shows. In Bloomers, I was the social chair last year and planned internal events such as random dinner dates, lineages, and formals. I would love for STEM to be a place where people can also be more social. Tacky creates a busy schedule for anybody who participates in a show, which makes it hard for people to join other clubs or Greek life. But I would love to make STEM a place where people feel like they can get everything out of the production, including a more diverse social aspect. I would love to perform more community shows because that is really what makes STEM what it is. And I'm going to finish this off by answering the just for fun question. What makes me feel like a kid at heart? My favorite movie is Tangled. Whenever I feel sad, that's what I watch. Yeah, I think Disney has just always been a place of comfort for me. Okay, well, thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Rachel Swim, and I am rerunning for STEM board. Hopefully the fact that I am rerunning for the third time is a testament in itself to why I want to be on STEM board, but I want to be on STEM board because I enjoy and appreciate having a space that appreciates children's art and children's media and thinks that children's art and media can be thoughtful and deep and both educational and entertaining. I also simply enjoy the people on STEM board and the people who join STEM. I think they are good people and they're people I want to keep in my lives, and they're also people I want to make art with throughout this next year as we transition back into in-person art, hopefully. And I hope to contribute to STEM board some of the experience I've gained in the last 3 years from both Tacky and this board specifically. I also hope to contribute beyond just that knowledge, a continued whimsy, a childlike spirit, and a spirit that is motivated by the eye of the child that watches our shows, an eye that can be easy to overlook when we sit within the pen bubble. And that, I think, is part of what service means to me, is, at least in the context of STEM, is looking beyond the pen bubble that we can easily ground ourselves in when it comes to the way we produce art and the way we project art into this city and this space we exist in. And finally, things that make me feel like a child, that bring out the inner child in me: children's theater, children's books, children's cartoons. I will talk your ear off about that last one if you let me. And I think just taking pressure off ourselves, that I think allows the space for the imagination, the creativity that lets us get more in touch with our childlike selves and lets us romanticize the childhood when we didn't have a lot of stressors. And I think that is becoming even more important after this pandemic. And so, thank you for this opportunity, and I hope you have a good day.
Hi, my name is Christina Cunningham, and I am a freshman in the college studying architecture. When I first learned about STEM, I was drawn to the commitment to service and to be able to work with children. I am passionate about the power of education and theater, and I would be so excited to work with the STEM board to create wonderful and impactful theater. To me, service means working to fulfill a purpose larger than myself. It means putting my time and effort toward helping someone else, and I love being able to share my love of theater with others. Service and working with children have always been big parts of my life. In high school, I developed a service project where I taught the arts to ESOL students ages 3 through 14. I believe that the arts, and theater specifically, can give students a place to belong like no other. I also have experience working with students in a theater setting. In high school, I worked with my classmates to turn 8 children's stories into short plays that we would perform for an audience of over 2,000 students from across our county. We wrote the scripts, directed, created costumes, made the set design, and even made all the props from scratch to put on a fun and engaging show. In addition to this wonderful experience, which we called Reading Comes Alive, I was also director for the freshman showcase as a senior. It's a tradition that one senior gets to direct a show, and I was very excited to be able to have our freshmen do the dining room when I was a senior. And I also was able to work as an assistant director and assistant choreographer for children's shows at my community theater. I've always stayed very involved with that, even as I grew up and, past the age of being a part of the kids' shows. But I remembered how much it impacted me, and I wanted to be able to give other students and those kids to be a part of that and give them another, help create that place to belong that I loved when I was there. I always bring a positive attitude and dedication to any project that I work on. I always put my all into anything I do, and I'm always so excited to take on new challenges. I know that as a part of STEM, I could bring this passion and excitement to the board, and I would be so honored and so happy to be able to work toward creating STEM's goals, to work toward picking shows that would, illuminate the goals of STEM and really help create wonderful theater for students. If I were to be elected to STEM board, I would also have commitments as a member of SKU and on the Marketing Executive Committee of ArchTank, which is the architecture student organization. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching my video and for your consideration. I would love the opportunity to join STEM board and become a part of this incredible community. Thank you.